Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, I've done a little bit of inventory management. I got all of the items that we didn't have identified, apart from this quarrel of bolts, which are a quarrel of bolts +1. Yoshimo is capable of identifying them without magic. The rest I had to use magic. We have a wand of monster summoning, a wand of lightning, a wand of frost, a wand of magic missiles, a wand of fire, and a wand of cloud kill, each with one charge respectively. They're pretty much just going to be sold. We also have a cursed scroll of foolishness. This scroll is cursed. It would be unwise to read it, as the effects could prove fatal. Let's put that on the ground. We also have a cursed scroll of weakness. Some of these scrolls can not be cursed, and they're quite useful buffs. That's why I wanted to get them identified. You'll also notice that we took practically everything off Emmerwin. There is a reason for this.
What do you need?
Let's find it out by moving forward and out of this dungeon. The exit is right here. To freedom we go!
The tunnel slopes upward into the welcome glare of daylight. Such is your relief that you barely notice the debris at your feet, the remnants of a battle fought only moments before. Surveying the carnage, you hear a scream of rage, and a massive explosion collapses the passage behind you. The sounds of combat greet you as you struggle to your feet. The fight, it seems, is still going strong.
Well, that's not good. Looks like we're in trouble already.
You dare to attack me here? Do you even know whom you face? You will suffer! You will all suffer! So, godchild, you have escaped. You are more resourceful than I had thought.
You're not going to torture us any longer.
Torture? Silly girl, you just don't understand what I'm doing, do you?
I don't care what you're doing. Let us go.
I won't let you leave, not when I'm so close to unlocking your power.
We don't want anything from you.
Enough! I will no longer listen to the babbling of ignorant children.
This is an unsanctioned use of magical energy. All involved will be held. This disturbance is over.
Must I be interrupted at every turn? Enough of this.
This mage's power is immense. We must overcome him quickly.
Enough! I haven't the time for this.
You will cease your spell casting and come with us.
Your pathetic magics are useless. Let this end.
Even if we fall, our numbers are many. You will be overwhelmed.
You bore me, mageling. You may take me in, but you will take the girl as well.
What? No. I've done nothing wrong.
You have been involved in illegal use of magic. You will come with us.
I'm not going with him. I'm not. Help me.
You point, I punch.
No! This cannot be! The murderer of Dinah here flees from righteous butt-kicking vengeance, and he takes Emmerwin with him too! Something must be done, Terry. We must find this evil wizard. All that is goodness cries out for this. Even little Boo, although he cannot cry out quite so loudly. I find it odd that this Irenicus would leave of his own volition. And why take Emmerwin when it is Terry he is obviously interested in? Perhaps he expects us to give chase? Oh, that he certainly does. Also, there is a precedent for taking Emmerwin along, because, after all, she did cast Magic Missile a few times. Something to note, sometimes those Magic Missiles will actually get past Irenicus' spell resistance and deal damage, although I doubt it's very much. We must step carefully then. We know little about him, whom he was fighting, who took him, or even where we are. We seem to be drawn into machinations not of our own making. That is sort of the curse of being an adventurer, after all. No, we must go quickly and save our friend Emmerwin. The wizard may be leering over her evilly even now. Do not be foolish, Minsk. We must know our enemies, and the extent of our danger here, before we rush into anything. The druid is right, my large friend. The wizard obviously had great power, and I doubt we have seen the last of him. Perhaps we should see if allies can be found here. We'll be finding plenty of allies. Unfortunately, Yoshimo, you're not one of them. And people appear. There is a bouncer here. There is also a guard that's just appeared. And this is Lady Beth. She watched the entire spectacle and didn't move.
Is this important?
And here is somebody who will give us a brief summary of everything that's going on here. Sometimes this person appears quickly, other times it takes a little longer. Where in the bleeding blazes did ye come from? I can't hardly believe that the bleeding mage went crazy he did. As if a guild war in Athkatla wasn't enough. What do you mean by guild war? It's one of the reasons why smart folk stay indoors at night, though none of the guards will say one thing or another about it. Bad for the image of the city. I knows 'cause I'm close to the streets. There's a war between the thieves and a new guild. Don't know much, but lots of people are gone missing. Not much other to say about that. You need anything else? What city is this? I think I recognize this place. Like I told you when we met, I think this is Athkatla. Is that right? Is this the city of Coin itself? Aye, it surely is. And the fight between the wizards and those men. You saw the whole thing? Aye, the wizard was angrier than a dragon, blasting these men in black. Bleeding wizard killed them all and took half the promenade too, before he stopped. The promenade? Aye, this here be Joaquin's promenade, centre of trade and such in the city. How coincidental. We can sell all of our stuff before we move into the city proper. It's like the game was designed that way. You wouldn't happen to know who these men were who the wizard was fighting, do you? Nay, they were all in black and swarmed with their daggers about an hour ago. I thought there would be trouble, but didn't think they would suffer the most. The ones who took the wizard and Emowyn, do you know who they are and where they went? Emowyn? Is that the girl? Aye, she was taken. Don't know where to. Maybe 'twas the cowled ones come to arrest him for all the magics and the like. The cowled ones? Why would they be arresting anyone for magic? Ye are new here, aren't ye? Magic be forbidden in Athkatla. The cowled wizards, methinks, keep control of all the other mages. Unless, of course, ye have the permission of the cowled wizards to use your magic. Don't know how one go about getting such a thing, though. Note that the NPCs do not have a problem. We'll have fights with enemies, and they'll be able to cast magic just fine. We will have a problem if we do, however. I suppose I'll find my way around. Excuse me. Well, take care of yourself, then. A good business to ye.
This place, these buildings. Yes, that person was assuredly correct. This is Athkatla.
We are in the state of Arm. I have no reason to doubt you. Are we far from the Sword Coast? No, Athkatla is along the lower edge of the Sword Coast. I wonder whom we angered that we should be brought here. We should lay low, perhaps in the slums. You'll remember from the first game that Nashkel had lots of Armish guards in it? That is how close Arm is. Not very far away from the part of the first game at all. Over a large mountain range. We'll need a safe place to plan what we do next. I would suggest the slums. There will be low-profile work, especially at the Copper Coronet. Someone might have heard of our capture or know where Emowyn is. Khalid? Sylvanas, let him hear my vow. If I must, I shall empty this city of all within to find his killer. So do I swear. Well, that was certainly morbid. Are you going to talk to him often? It is my wont to do this, and I shall see that it is done properly. If you would assist me, more the better. If not, be prepared to stand aside. So, Emowyn is gone. The reason, most likely, why they give you Yoshimo in that dungeon. So if you didn't have a main character that is a thief, you can still pick locks and find traps and everything else. Chihira gained a level up. Let us see what we get for that level up. We gain 4 hit points and 1 first, second, and 5th level spell. And spellcasting is going to be quite useful. We will have a Cure Critical Wounds. We do have Harper's Call, which allows someone to restore a comrade to life, which is pretty useful. It functions similarly to Raise Dead. It does, however, have a few differences, like it transfers hit points over, So we'll want to be a little bit careful about using it when she's low on health. I think we'll have a... Slow poison, resist cold or fire would be a useful spell to have, and another cure light wounds. You can never have too many of them.
I await your news.
Let's go and grab some goodies, shall we? There are plenty of goodies to get, and we can use the quick loot function to grab all of the gold. We're not really going to be having much else. We could grab some of the bows, I suppose.
Yes,
Let's move on.
whatever you want.
There's somebody here we can have a conversation with. Maybe the army and soldier will give us more info.
For the glory of arms!
I don't want any trouble from you here. I saw you enter with those folk. Just a good thing for you that only that girl used magic, otherwise you'd all be in prison. I need to find that girl you mentioned. Do you know where the cowled wizards would have taken her? She wouldn't have been brought to the city's prison. We don't have the facilities to keep such powerful deviants. The cowled wizards, on the other hand, do. Where they would keep magic-using prisoners, I don't know. No one does, and I doubt they would tell you. The use of magic is illegal, and that means she's a criminal. What do you know about the shadow thieves here in the city? They're nothing for you to worry about, citizen. I wouldn't suggest you involving yourself with their type. Well, I'll be on my way then. As you wish. Stay out of trouble, you, or you'll be facing the consequences, and... He's not joking. The army and guards are all over the place, and they are very tough. Let's have a conversation with Lady Beth, shall we? We might get some interesting information from her.
So long as you are polite, I shall tolerate you.
Greetings to you. Did you have aught to do with the spectacle that I just witnessed, No doubt more warring peasants than that guild business. In a way, perhaps. We know where we are. I'm a friend of the woman that was taken by the wizard. Do you know who took them and where they went? The girl was a friend of yours? Well, she's a spellcaster, and so both she and the other were taken away by the cowled wizards. Take care, Teddy. I have heard of these cowled wizards. Spellcasters of the highest order. The only magic use is allowed here in Arm, I believe. Undue practice of magic is forbidden here, naturally. Where the wizards would take your friend, however, I do not know. We have a number of options here. We're going to talk about the guilds. You mentioned guilds? Why would you associate that with the violence here? I'm not as distanced from the workings of the city as some nobles might be. I have heard the mutterings of our stable boy and his kin. Thieves rule the nights, and war against those that would take it from them. It would not be unusual for it to spill unto the day. Not much more we can really say here that we haven't already heard about, so we'll thank her and be on our way. Thank you. I'll be on my way. Very well. A good business to you, my lady. There is somewhere where we can go, and that is over here. There is a store that we would like to visit. A store with a lot of items for sale. There's there. We can go there at some... Ooh, come to the Adventurer Mart. Let's go talk to the Adventurer Mart hawker. We have all the equipment you need. Hello?
Step right up, step right up.
Come, enter the Adventurer Mart. Behind me you will find all the equipment any adventurer needs. What do they sell? Weapons both magical and plain, stolen armor from the lairs of dragons, scrolls of sorcery, anything you need, we have. Let's go in. Sounds like a good place to go. And it is. Don't even think about trying to steal something. Oh, we won't. There are lots of people that sell lots of things, and trust me, we want to buy everything that we can from here, and sell everything that we can too. There's even you. Hello, Lucy. There are lots of things that we could have a look in, but we're not going to, because that is a recipe for catastrophe. So let us start by talking to the person behind the counter. Ribald.
Swords, not words!
Not with you, with me. Hello, Ribald, how are you? Do we have to go all the way around? Yes, we do.
Ribald Barterman at your service.
Aye. Greetings to you, good sir. I trust all is well? It is well enough, Miss Jahira. You'll not bring half a trouble to me doorstep, good lady. Might I remind ye that me days of involvement with your kin are long over? I am not here in an official capacity, suspicious one. There is no need to worry. With your kin, there always be a need to worry. But I should mind me matters. Please excuse me. Ribald Barterman at your service. My Adventurer Mart is the finest shopping in all Faerun. Widest selection, lowest prices, and nary a fancy illustration. Just the goods, bare and plain. Yes, there are some items we're interested in. Music to me ears. There's a customer born every minute, and a rube soon after. What'll it be for ye today? This merchant has a lot of things that we want, but there are some specific things that I'd like to find, and I'm not looking at the various weapons and armor. Do you have? Yes. Here is a gem bag, 362 gold, very well spent. We can use this gem bag to store all of our gems. Will we be able to find a scroll case here? That remains to be seen. But for now, we could hold on to our various scrolls. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else that could sell one. Let's have a look at what you have. You have battle axes, throwing axes, clubs, morning stars, magical flails and maces. We can't afford them. There's magical daggers, 2 of them. Magic darts. There's a really powerful magic item there. A +2 halberd, but it is over 6 grand. We don't have that kind of money. Let's have a look at things. The katana there is worth 905. In hindsight, I should have took the katana that I found in my dungeon with me as well, but we'll find other katanas, I'm sure. There is a shortbow, longbow, composite longbow. There's armor as well. There's even plate mail, but we really can't afford plate mail at the moment. We will be able to once we've sold a few things, though. Like selling all of this. You can click anything you want to sell, it'll compile the price, and then we can sell it. We'll sell the Lynx Eye Gem. We'll go to you, and ooh, that is something I really don't want to sell, just because it might be useful at some point. However, we will sell this +1 sword. Oh, there's a protection scroll I didn't get identified. A longsword +1, we can get rid of that. We'll keep the dagger. We'll get rid of these bullets +1. All of them. Hopefully there's a way to just sell every one of them rather than all individually. We'll sell all of these, and they're not worth very much. I thought they'd be worth a little more than that, but we'll take 267 gold. Better than nothing. We'll also sell this gem here, and I think that's all we'll do. We can get things identified. We're not going to. Thank you. Do you sell something that we want? I think you might.
Yes, whatever you decide.
Let's see if we can find a scroll case. I thought there was one for sale.
I trust all this man.
Perhaps your eyes are better than mine. Do you see any salamander dust here? Why not just ask the shopkeeper? Ribald? We are not on speaking terms. He tried to charge me 3 coppers for a bottle of pitch and a clutch of mice tails. Outrageous! I won't speak to him until he apologizes. Oh, what do you need salamander dust for? You're not a cowled wizard, are you? It's for soup. Yes, that's it. Salamander soup. For my, children and things. Do you see it or not? Sorry, I have to go. Flower pots and fornication. An old man asks for some help from a younger. And what does he get? Attitude. There's somebody else we can talk to. Hello, Brelm.
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
I be fresh from a sailing ship, I am. Recently come from the Moonshades. Chuppy seas it is. Brelm, you've never been on an actual ship once in your entire life. You're gonna keep opening your mouth, ain't ye? Well, that ruse was easily foiled. Now, perhaps you have something that we could buy. Let's find out.
Yes.
Hello.
What do you like?
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
Greetings, adventurer. I am Deirdre. I'm a member of the Aurora's Magic Emporium and have access to her considerable collection of magical treasures. Would you be interested in taking a look at my wares? Yes. There are things we can buy, and they are pretty magical. For instance, you have the plate of Balderun there. 53,900 gold. A bargain! We're gonna be coming back here another time. We really can't afford any of that. But wait, we're not done yet. There's a merchant I forgot to talk to. Lady Youth over here. This is the person I was looking for.
Is it important, peasant?
Hello there. I've been watching you since you entered.
I suspect you may have need of my wares. What is it that you sell? Magical scrolls. Illegal, of course, which is why I must charge so much for them. Have you no fear of the cowled wizards? Those pompous fools, they are as corrupt as anyone else in the city, if you know who to talk to. Now, are you interested, or not? Perhaps you could tell me whom to talk to amongst the cowled wizards, then. I'd be interested in that. Aye, I'd imagine you would be. One of the wizards by the name of Corneille decides who gets the license to use magic here. Bring plenty of coin if you go to see him. You can probably find him in the government building in the government district. Now, would you like to see what I have to offer, or not? Sure, let me see what you have. Good, take your time. Magic is not something that should be rushed. You have something that I need, and it's probably down here. There it is. The scroll case. This sturdy container allows dozens of scrolls to be placed in it, safe from exposure to fire, rain, or lightning. Common hazards faced by any adventuring wizard. We're gonna buy that. It's 352 gold. Very well spent. There are also lots and lots of scrolls that we can get, just in case we get a wizard and need to give them some spells. There are also all these protection scrolls as well. I did say that some of them were useful, and here is the selection that are. They have symbols that are exactly the same as the ones that are cursed, however. Such is the nature of cursed items. We are going to open this container, and we're going to put a lot of scrolls in it. We're going to put every single scroll that we can put into it. It'll save us a lot of inventory space. There is a fireball that we can put in there. We also want to pass this over to you. You can put them in there as well. Try not to crumple them, Minx, as you do. We do need to keep these all in pristine condition. We do not have somebody right now that can use magic scrolls, but we will do eventually. Right, open the container. All of these can go in. I don't want to put the protection scroll in there just yet. I want to leave that out. We'll find a person to identify them soon enough. And there we go. All sorted. Now we have everything nice and orderly and neat. Do we have any gems that we can... we'll have these gems also be put in there. There we go. Everything is much neater now. Much neater indeed. Also, you might as well put those there. We used to have an inventory full of things. Now it is practically empty. Suits me just fine. Right. There we go.
Yeah.
And before we go, let's talk to Lucy, shall we?
If that's
Will Lucy say anything? We'll find out. Somewhat haughtily, Lucy turns away as you approach. The wyvern ignores you. Fair enough. No dialogue from Lucy.
yeah.
Let's leave, and when we come back, folks, we now have done all of the shopping that I'd like to do for now. We'll be coming back to Adventurer Mart quite a lot. Also, there's a chicken! The chicken is off on a grand adventure! Go, chicken! Are you a descendant of Baron von Slicenberg III? The chicken says nothing. I have no idea where that... Nope, chicken has turned around. Maybe the chicken doesn't know where it's going either. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll head to the slums and see if we can find any work or any companions that can join us on our adventure. We do need to fill out those final 2 party slots after all. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.